What's up, everybody? You're now tuned into my podcast. I'm SF Johnny. Seriously focused Johnny. You are tuned into Difficult People Chronicles. Today's message is called The Message. Should I get back with my ex? So, I was in the elevator, and what came to me, this is a tall person. So, I don't know if this person is, they taller than maybe their ex, but this person is tall. And this person is, I would say, was in a relationship with somebody where, in relationships, you always fight. There's always like a little fight about something or whatever. And it's normal, you know. But for who this is for, there was this situation that took place within the relationship where it was like a done deal, where this person walked away. And it could be male or female. The person walked away. And now the ex, whoever it is coming back. Because they feel like we always argue, break up, and get back together. But they don't realize that the last situation was a done deal because it's a repetitive cycle. And whatever happened the last time was really messed up. So, this person who was in this relationship, the ex is coming back and they could feel it. Like, you kind of know when y'all are at calm waters and you about to reconcile. But this person is asking themselves, why should I go back? Like, what would be the reason why I don't want to go back? And they just want the reason. Like, yeah, they sick and tired of the back and forth, right? But they want a good reason to say, this is done. So, what came to me was the reason why you don't want to get back with this person is because number one, it's a repetitive cycle. Nothing changes. It just gets worse. It feels like a merry-go-round. It feels like your peace is being violated. And you feel like it's not getting resolved. Whatever it is, it's not getting resolved. The whole game plan is getting old. And this person, whoever it is questioning, like, they're saying things like, well, what if this is the person that God has for me? I'm going to say that go to God and ask God if that person is for you. Because you have a lot of people who have gotten married and it didn't work. They got divorced because that wasn't the person for them. You have a lot of relationships that are just not peaceful in a sense. Like I said, you're going to always argue about things. But this is a situation where I feel like one person is doing more work than the other person. And I'm not talking about physical, I'm talking about mental. Like, one person is working hard for the relationship to stay together, and the other person is just doing what they always do. And this person is getting tired. So, what came to me was this: when a person is in the wrong relationship and then they find the right one, they know what wrong looks like. When a person gets in the right relationship and they do something foul, like cheat or become abusive, and then that relationship is no more and they end up getting with someone else, and that person ain't right. They now know what a good relationship looks like. So, for who this is for, you know in your heart that if you get back with this person, it's not the right relationship because you're not even happy. You're not happy. It's the same old cycle. You break up. The person says something or do something or call. And if it's a guy, may even buy a gift, and then you get back together. And then give it some time, maybe 6 months down the line, it's the same thing. Y'all are not in high school. Y'all are not in high school. And the game is old. But this person feels like all I got to do is do this and we'll get back together because we always do. So they think that the breakup is temporary. But for who this is for, you feel like, no, this is forever because I can't do this anymore. And that's what you're saying to yourself. Those exact words. I cannot do this anymore. So those are your reasons. You tired of the game plan. The game is old. The person is not willing to work on themselves, and you're doing most of the work, trying to keep the relationship together. But you're not really satisfying yourself. When you work on something that is not workable, you interfering with your self-care because you get more stressed out trying to keep things together than letting the chips fall where they may. Going to God and saying, God, is this for me? And let's say God say no, just walk away. Just say to the person, no, thank you. So this person is getting stressed out because they know that it's not normal for them to think about a situation like this all the time. They're not being productive. They're thinking about how the situation happened, what happened when they broke up with the other person or they went their separate way. They thinking about that. I don't if this person, I feel like this person has kids with the other party, and so they have to see them, you know. And the other party is playing a game. It's kind of like, I'm not saying that the person is cheating, but what I'm saying is the person will stand in front of the other party and say something like, let's just say that the person is cheating. God forbid. The person will stand in front of them and say, I know, and it's not going to happen again. You know, I love you, and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, they going back to their friends, and some of their friends is with their childlike behavior, and some of their friends is like, you need to stop. Don't you think you need to grow up? And they're not listening. They feel that the person that's walking away is always going to come back. That's the way they feel. So they're like, oh, we'll be back together tomorrow or next week, or we'll be back together, and this just came to me, before my birthday. Yeah, it's a game to them. And they putting on a show for everybody because they making it look like the other party is chasing them. And the other party is not chasing them. The other party is so done that they're moving in what I call a single manner. Like, they up to meet someone new. They up to meet someone new. If they don't meet anybody new, they know in their head they will never get back with that other person because it just don't feel right. It feels like, to them, it feels like, what would I say? To them, they're saying to themselves, here we go again. Like, they don't even feel right if they were to move forward, get back with that person, and then they get intimate. They just don't feel, they don't see the person the same. They don't see the person as a long term partner. They don't see themselves walking with that person down the aisle. They don't see that person, uh, let's say they want another child. They don't see themselves having another child with that person. They are so done. They don't care if they don't hear from that person ever again. And it's not that they're bitter or angry. They just, it's like bad candy or something that tastes awful. They like, no, I'll pass. And that's what it is. They like, I'll pass. I don't want it. I'm good. And the other party don't understand that. So they around telling people, oh, we'll get back together before my birthday. And if it's not, I feel like it's a birthday, but if it's not a birthday, it's some important day. And it could be the holidays. I don't know. But they're like, oh, we'll get back together then. You know. And I feel like the reason why they thinking about that, because they thinking about, if it's a guy, it's like we spend money together on whomever's gifts, you know. If it's a girl, they're like, well, I need to be showered for that day. If it's their birthday, I need to be showered for that day. I know he always come through showering me, and we'll be back before my birthday. So it's some important day, event, something is going on, and that's the way they feel. But they're childish. They, I feel like these two people were in a relationship for a long time, long time, and the person hasn't changed. They've gotten older in age and still think the same. Yeah, still think the same. And they're more looking at the relationships on TV and that whole celebrity life. Like they feel like that's what their life should look like. So the person should chase them. They creating a little reality TV that's not even on TV. I would say that they creating a reality TV episode that's not on TV, and this is how they think. They childish. And here is a good scripture. Second Thessalonians 3:16. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times in every way. The Lord be with you all. Isaiah 26:3. You keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. Yeah, this person is not giving you peace, whoever this is. You can't even get your work done. Like you waking up and the situation is on your mind. You go to bed, the situation is on your mind. And now they are acting the way they normally act when you two get back together or about to get back together. And so you could feel it. This might be the part where you just change the narrative and say no thank you. Like I said, go to God in prayer and ask God to give you some signs. Because this person will, when you go to God and say, God, give me a sign, it could be a situation where the person step in front of your face and say something off the hook. And you be sitting there like, no. Oh, absolutely no. Yeah. So that's it for today. Check me out on YouTube, like, subscribe, click the notification, check out my store. For suggested topics, email me, sign up for a session. Love me more and I love you more. Later.